Why do you think they would cast somebody like Brad Pitt to play your role?
Because they want like this good-looking guy who they can root for.
There are a lot of good-looking
Yeah.
guys who can be rooted for, somebody we can root for. There are other reasons. Any other reasons you think of?
Just the depth that he can bring to a character.
I think what's missing is the mischief.
Oh, okay.
You know, and the attitude of being almost amused, you know, by his behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you were letting him get to you so much.
Right.
Like, and I was like, whoa, this is like page 2.
Yeah.
You know, if you guys are this at the beginning, you know, by page 10 you'll be stabbing each other. And we're too soon in the script.
Okay.
So that's one issue, but then the other issue is having to do with your personality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think the way you play it, you needed to be a lot more confident, a lot more amused by the way he's talking. It's almost funny.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when you say that line, do you think I was like, what do you say, guarding Taco Bells or something?
Yeah, guarding Taco Bells.
You know, the way you said it was just so like, you know, instead of like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, you know, you know, how can you be talking to me like this? I didn't, you know, guard Taco Bells.
Got it.
It would be like you teaching me acting and me going, dude, you think I just came from the community theater in Wisconsin? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know, it's almost amusing that you're so arrogant.
Okay.
So you needed to be looking at him that way.
Yeah.
You know, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you talking to me this way?
Okay.
You know, what's with the attitude?
Got it.
Almost laughing at the ridiculousness of him. And you see him as a loser because he's giving up. Right. You know, what's important about your role is that you bring youth and hope because you're not jaded yet.
Okay.
You're gonna be.
Yeah.
You're gonna be by the end of the movie because your wife's head is in a box. Okay? So we're gonna see the slow downfall of you. But this is the beginning where you're just like all about like, hey, I'm gonna take over the world and I'm gonna save the world, and you know, that's your attitude, the way you look at things. So like, you see how you were just looking at me like kind of like with your eyebrows raised, like that's where you needed to be in the scene. A mistake when you have new material is it's called loud and soft acting. And Don used to talk about that. You know, people would try to save the scene by getting loud. Yeah. You know, and that never works. Right. Just remember, it's way harder to actually be quiet and intense. Yeah. Because it's having a lot more faith that you're going to be enough if you don't do that. Yeah. So if you look at the great actors, look at how small they are. You know, and it's not here that I'm saying small, not here, because this has to be fires ablaze. But loud and big, no. Same with you. You were trying to save the scene by being all charged, and you know, this is something we need to work on with you, which is trusting that you're going to be enough. You know, and this is why, you know, Andrew, did you get that sheet emailed to you with the list of questions? No. One. So remind me, I need to get that to you. I'm surprised you don't have it. It has the list of questions basically to help you interpret material. Yeah. And it says, you know, basically you ask these questions like, what happens in the scene and what's the point of it? Oh. Why did the author put this scene in the script? Mm-hmm. What is it telling us about your relationship? What is it telling us about you? How is it moving our story forward? And that's kind of what you think about before you actually make your choices. And that may help you with this kind of stuff. You have to have this quality of being like this, not that you're old, but like this old dog. Right. It was like when I was studying with Don Richardson, he had that quality, you know, like if somebody would like argue with him in class, he would just be like, why do I need this? Why do I need this, you know? I don't need this shit, and then he'd kick you out. So, but that was kind of his thing. He didn't need to hype himself as a teacher. He knew what he had. Yeah. So you know what you have. Yeah. You have, you know, decades of experience. Right. You know, and so when you're looking at him, it's like, I remember when I was like this kid, young buck, you know, young guy was gonna like take over the world. I remember those days. But you have to bring some more arrogance, cocky, arrogant, amused, and it's almost like, God, this guy, he's like an older generation. He doesn't know what he's doing anymore, and you know, he needs to freaking drink some coffee or something. He'll be fine. I'm gonna go do my job. You retired, okay? You even say to him, you're quitting.
So I need to not be affected by it.
What do you think?
I think I should not be.
I agree.
I think I was.
You think you were?
That's the problem.
I completely agree. You were engaging.
I should have just like.
You should not have engaged with him at all. But that's still too much.
Yeah.
What you're doing this. Too much. It's not, it's this. Small. If you start doing this kind of stuff, Ray, you're too involved. You're giving him too much power.
Right.
And don't give him the power. And that's going to drive him even more crazy.